Hello and welcome to episode number 53 of the F1 2013 Career Mode Championship here in Suzuka, or Japan, as you guys might well know it as. So here we are in the Japanese Grand Prix. We have a wet race to contend with today. We're starting in position 4. Qualifying could have gone better, but our final run in Q3 didn't go to plan. We lost a little bit of time through that middle sector, and we could have got pole, but unfortunately we just missed out. So the strategy today is a bit of a weird one. 4 stops on intermediate tyres if the race stays exactly the same throughout the whole race. I don't think it will. It'll either get more dry or it'll get worse in terms of the intensity of the rain. So hopefully it gets drier. I like my dry qualifying pace, so hopefully the track gets a little bit better over the course of the race. We've gone for a full dry setup because I do think it will get dry, so we'll see how we go. Wish me luck. Alright, so here we are on the grid of Japan, and here we are in a wet race. We need to get off to a really good start. I'm going to put the revs down into lean just to minimise that wheel spin off the start, and away we go here in China. Hopefully we can maintain our advantage coming into turn 1. We're going to move over on Lewis Hamilton to squeeze him out and show that we really do mean business in this championship. Look at everyone going defensive coming into turn 2. We're going to try and swoop around the outside of Fernando Alonso, and we maintain position for the moment. We've kept Lewis Hamilton behind us as Alonso goes very slowly through there, holding us up, and then someone spins behind us. That is Lewis Hamilton, and Grosjean is gone too. No, that's Kimi Raikkonen, and we need to have a replay of that. As you can see, Alonso holds us up through the middle of the corner, trying to go around him, and then Lewis Hamilton storms up the inside, and he's come in too hot, tagged our right rear tyre, and he's spun himself out there, and then he takes out Kimi Raikkonen with him as well. So Lewis might have a penalty with that. I'm not too sure with how the penalty system works with regards to the AI. Sometimes they get penalties, sometimes they don't. So we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. But rejoining the race now, we've been swamped by Hulkenberg and Webber. So now we're down into position 6, trying to hold it around the outside of Hulkenberg on the first lap. Heavy fuel and no grip. It's very hard to maintain the car on the track, but we do so while gaining that position back once again, and now we're up into position 5. So despite this terrible start, we've got quite a few positions up on Hamilton, so I can't be too displeased with the way this Grand Prix has gone so far, but we just need to claw back those positions, try and get as many points as we can, because every point that we gain over Hamilton in these remaining races will undoubtedly make a massive difference towards the championship after Brazil. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But immediately we need to get in front of Webber to try and get some track position, because the tyre wear around this track is pretty tough. So you need to almost have that up your sleeve. So if you need to almost conserve and almost park the bus, you can do that because you have track position. So we'll try and get up the inside of Webber coming into this final chicane here. Can we do it? We're going to brake late. This is very easy to lock up through here, especially when you've got large brakes or high pressure brakes like I do. And just a replay of the pass there on Webber. Get the move done into position 4, where we started once again. So now cutting to lap 4, and we're actually faster than the leaders somehow. So this is very good news for us in this Grand Prix. Our wet weather pace is seemingly very good at this stage. Alonso's going slowly through 130R, and we go round the outside there. What a monster of an overtake into position 3, the podium positions. And that might just be the overtake of the season. There was a bit of a question mark over whether I overtaked him, off the track or not, but I believe I kept all 4 wheels. Oh well, at least I kept at least 2 wheels on the track at all times, I think. But anyway, cutting to lap 5, we have Rosberg going slowly on the exit of the chicane. We're going to try and set him up for a pass, maybe coming into 130R once again. It seems our straight line speed is fairly good on heavy fuel, so we'll have to utilize that as much as we can to get as many positions early on in this race as we can. Coming through the spoon curve now, and this is a bit of a weakness for the Force India. The car doesn't exactly have the most downforce in the world, and that's where the top teams are sort of making ground on me. But the exit out of spoon curve is very good for me. I use up most of my curves every time coming out of there, and it seems that passing through there is fairly easy. So now cutting to lap 7, we're going purple at this stage, but only 30 seconds ago my engineer told me that the rain will be stopping in about 15 minutes time. So I thought, you know, this is about the perfect time to come in for a new set of tyres anyway. My current set of intermediate tyres are orange, so I'm going to try and balance out the two sets, or the two stints here, by doing, you know, an equal amount of laps on both sets of tyres, if that makes sense, so I can tackle these two stints with, you know, the minimum amount of tyre wear, if that makes sense. So first pit stop is done, 3.1 seconds. We're going to rejoin, still inside the top 10, which is a good sign. This field here in the opening stint of this race is actually quite spread out, so maybe something has happened, you know, further back in the pack. Maybe there's been some really hard... We did have that incident on the first lap, so that might have scattered the field a little bit. But anyway, cutting to lap 8 now, and we've caught up to the back of Sergio Perez, and he's going slowly into the hairpin, being held up by Duresta, I believe, who, for the first time in a very long time, is in the points, legitimately. So, good to see Duresta actually doing some useful things here for Force India, but we'll see whether he can maintain his points finish for now. But right now we're trying to get past him. We're going to try and take his position, and hopefully Vijay Mallya gets in the ear of Paul di Resta and tells him, you know, Paul, you got to move over, the number 1 driver is coming through. But we'll see what happens. Coming up the back straight here into 130R, and looks like we got the move done. Yes, we have, into position 8, and di Resta doesn't make it too hard for us. So kudos there to di Resta. For the first time in a little while, we haven't made contact. So now cutting to lap 9, we've caught up to the back of Jenson Button now, and he's being held up by Felipe Massa, who also hasn't stopped. The AI here that we're passing haven't stopped yet. They'll be stopping around lap 11. So their tyre wear is going to be pretty bad over the next couple of laps, and I'm really starting to make inroads on the leaders now. As you can see, going purple around the outside of Jenson there. We might have made slight contact going through 130R, but either way we get the move done. Jenson is still in the race, but they could have gone a whole lot worse had things been just a little bit different there. But now we're going to try and set up the pass for Felipe Massa. Alonso sets the fastest lap of the race, so him at the front of the pack is making very good lap time at this stage. And I haven't had any clean air yet. I need to get some clean air, put in some really competitive lap times, and then hopefully maybe get in front of Alonso once he pits. So if Alonso continues to set fastest lap after fastest lap, then he might set himself up for a race win here, as we got the inside of Vettel into 130R. Job done, and position 2 is done. So Alonso has stopped, and now Webber is coming out of the pit lane for his stop as well. We rejoined in first, but Vettel there tried to have a go coming into turn 1. I believe we were 3 wide, the 2 Red Bulls and I, going into turn 1. That was a bit of crazy stuff for a couple of moments, but now we have the lead. Our tyres are fairly old here on lap 15. We're coming in for a set of prime tyres at the end of this lap. We're going to be the first in the field to put on the dry tyres, I think. But when you look at the track there, it looks pretty dry, so I think the AI will be following me in for a new set of dry tyres. I'm going to go for primes. I'm going to be safe here because I don't know how long the tyres are going to last. If I put on a set of options, they might only last 5 laps, and then I might be screwed, so we'll see how we go. But it looks like everyone else is following me in as well, so it looks like we've made the right choice here. Hopefully these set of primes can last at least maybe 15 laps, and then it should be an easy 2 stops from here after this. So we'll see how we go. I'm going to put on primes maybe once again, depending on how the tyre wear is, and then maybe a set of options at the very end of the race. So here we are on lap 18. We've got Fernando Alonso catching up to the back of us, and he looks very speedy at this phase of the race. It seems that the dry conditions really do suit his car, and yeah, Alonso being very quick at the moment. I think he's on option tyres as well, so that might be why he has the pace advantage over me for the moment. But if we can keep Alonso behind us for as long as we can, then we'll be setting ourselves up for maybe a good finish to this race. So here we go, Alonso coming up the inside, coming into turn 1, but he can't make the move stick. He's just not close enough but we maintain first at this stage. And now Alonso coming back at us on lap 21, round the outside this time. Can he make the move stick? Well, it looks like he can, but he's run wide on the second part of turn 2, and he's run out wide once again, trying to leave up too much room. And that gives us a nice handy little lead. As you can see on the replay here, that there was no contact involved. It was just Alonso running out wide, giving us position 1 once again. And now cutting to 23, we set a purple lap time here. Alonso was only 5/10 back, and look, you can see the pace difference between the Force India and the Ferrari. It's absolutely outstanding, despite us being in fast revs. Alonso is just so much faster, as you can see, setting the purple lap as well, but he runs out wide once again like he did just a couple of laps ago. And now cutting to lap 28, we're coming in for another new set of tyres. We're going to go for primes once again. Looks like Valtteri Bottas is coming in for his pit stop as well, but he's a lap down. So it looks like the tyres last around 14-15 laps. So if we can maintain this sort of tyre wear, then we should be on for maybe one more stop at the end of the race. We'll put on another set of prime tyres after this, and that should see us through to the end of the Grand Prix. Now, since this pit stop has taken place, we've built up a little bit of a lead over Alonso, but he's undercut us on the previous lap, and we'll see just how close he is. There he is, he's only a second or two back, and now he's put on the prime tyres, so now it should be a fairly even fight to the end of this Grand Prix. Looks like Bottas there runs out wide, and he's going to hold us up. He doesn't hold up me too much, but he gets out of the way of Alonso too. So here on 31, I'm trying to push as much as I can, because I do think I have the fastest car in the field now that Alonso is on the same hard tyres as me. And as you can see, setting purple lap after purple lap, the lead should be fairly good at this stage. We'll see on the split there, 4.6 seconds. So we are consistently faster than Alonso at the early phase of this stint. And I'm just trying to break out as much as I can, because the tyre wear may affect me at the end of the stint. And now coming in for my final stop now. I thought about going to option tyres, but I'm like, no, I'll play it extra safe. I'll put on another set of prime tyres. And just prior to this pit stop, the lead was about 10 seconds, so we should be able to maintain the lead here as we come out of the pits. Mark Webber is 26 seconds back, and it takes 17 seconds to cycle through a pit stop around here in Japan, so the lead should be fairly convincing now as we're just bringing the car home here on the final lap. I think we were able to manage the tyre wear quite well in both dry and wet conditions, so this race is quite a challenge, but in the end we were able to come out on top, and this is going to be a well-deserved win here. The points are going to be absolutely crucial here for the championship. Another win here in Japan, and our 5th win of the season.